Ladies and gentlemen, it is the homemade broadcast, an HM bonus edition of the program. It is the 30th of January, 2024. This is a Tuesday. Trying to work out the deets on how we're going to proceed going forward with my new, more hectic schedule, and still wanting to hold on to some semblance of a broadcasting career while I work many other things to stay alive. But I think what we're going to do is Tuesdays, Wednesday live stream with Anna Hummel, Thursday videos, Monday, if I get enough, I think I'm going to do something with like exclusive on Substack. So I want you to go over right now. I should put it in the little creeper bar down there. You go over to hmbradio.substack.com. So now it's like a Patreon type of deal. And I think I'm going to put some stuff exclusive on that feed. So I'd like you to go over there on Mondays. That's the plan. If I can. If I can. That's the plan. Okay. And you may notice I look better, I look a little brighter, not so sick. I did get a little light, which is blinding me, but it's worth it to get to talk with you tonight. I had Mike from St. Pete reached out on Instagram. You can follow me over there, home_made_man. He says, I know nothing about bourbon. What is something that I can get that's easily accessible and not going to kill the bank account? And I gave him a few, and I forgot about this one, Mike. Heaven Hill bottle. Oh, I don't know if you can see it with my filter there. There it is. I'm going to cut me out. He just kind of cut me out there if you're watching on the YouTube feed. Heaven Hill bonded and bond. Why is it doing that? All right, maybe I need to take off the filter here. Let's see. Now it's too late. I don't know. There. Ah, damn it. It's really cutting it off. What about if I, there we go. There we go. Heaven Hill bottle and bond. That's what it looks like, Mike. This is a good bottle. Sam's Club has it. I've seen it a lot there. $36. Great deal. So that's a good one. Shout out to Heaven Hill. I was going to talk about Taylor Swift tonight, but I realized I did a video about her on Thursday. I'm starting to sound like a creep. So I'm going to leave Taylor Swift for tomorrow to talk about it with Anna, because there was a troubling revelation that got brought to my attention online, as these things tend to do, about democracy and where we're at in the country and in society as a whole. And I wanted to talk about that with you, but I think I'll wait with Anna to get her 2 cents in on it too. She also had a very viral. It was so big that it almost wasn't a story. It was somebody made like porno AI of her, and Twitter shut down her search terms, and like you couldn't even find her, which who knows how much that costs Elon and Twitter during that time. You know, with the revenue, she is the most popular person in the world. I think that's fair to say. More so than Joe Biden, more so than Donald Trump. She's it. That's the it girl right there. But I found this story, and there are two types of people in the world: cruise ship people who like to go on cruises, and human beings. Okay. Cruise ships are a prison, a nice prison in some cases. Maybe we'll delve into that a little bit later. But I think the one that is the Spirit Airlines of the sea is the Carnival Cruise Line. I've had the pleasure of sailing on Carnival Cruise Line a few times in my life. I gave it the benefit of the doubt the first time, and I said, I'll try this again. And then I just didn't go anymore. It's not that it wasn't fun or, I don't know. I'm just not a cruise person. I think that's what it is. I get it, cruise people. You don't have to explain it to me. I understand the process. I actually did go on a nicer cruise line last year, end of last year, and wasn't much better. But Carnival Cruise Line has a certain demographic that they go after. They still send me emails. It's $79 to go on a cruise. So it's going to elicit a class of folks, a class of people who don't have any money. And they tend to be a little bit more on the trashy side. And I've seen videos of fights and brawls, and you're not going to find that on a, let's say, a Disney cruise necessarily, unless they're doing a drag queen story hour over there and maybe one of the dads finally snaps. But you're not going to find brawling, near the pool deck, near the burger joint. Carnival Cruise Lines, I'd say it's about 50-50 that you're gonna take a punch, to the face if you're on one of those boats. But everybody understands it's like this is $79. Okay. And I don't want Carnival to take too much offense to this if somebody does watch it, because you're Spirit Airlines of the sea. You serve a demographic, and God bless you for doing that. You cater to a economic group, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I just don't like it. And I'm not being a snob with this. I'm not, because it would be if someone offered a Royal Caribbean or I'm sure there's even nicer ones out there. But I don't really, like I said, I'm not a cruise guy, so I don't know. It would be tough. I think I would go, uh, let's just go to the beach and drink at Postcard Inn or something instead of the cruise. Cause then you can go home afterwards. But I know there's nice ones with big rooms, like apartments and on the sea. And yeah, okay. All right. Fine. Maybe I'll try that one. The food is always not great, but more on that later. But it's all you can eat, and that's enough for a lot of people. And again, I don't blame you. Like, you paid $79, you're gonna get every rotten piece of fruit on that tray, every fake ice cream cone, every Guy Fieri burger that you could fit down your throat. I understand that. I get that. And it's just, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. Leave your comments below if you're a cruise person. Maybe you can convince me that this is a good idea. But Carnival Cruise Line saved some sailors' lives right in the Gulf of Mexico, right here in Florida. So I felt like I just spent some time, you know, beating Carnival Cruise Line over the head, but they do some good.
New guests on board when crew members gave a helping hand to two men stranded in a kayak. It was Monday when the crew on board the Carnival Jubilee spotted the kayak and two men paddling off the coast of Mexico. The men said their boat sank and had to jump into this kayak. We're told once the men were helped onto the cruise ship, they underwent some medical evaluations. Staff provided them with first aid and some food. Both were transferred to a Mexican Navy vessel a short time after that rescue.
Wow. They shortly died after consuming the food. It was poison. No, they're fine. That's awesome. That's great. That's the first time. And a lot of people have jumped off of a Carnival Cruise Line. That's been the first time I think that somebody has been excited. Two people have been excited to get on a Carnival Cruise Line. But they chose a Mexican naval ship as opposed to staying on a Carnival Cruise Line. So I don't know. Maybe it's not that great. Carnival gets a lot of. One of my favorite things to do though is reading the bad reviews. And also, here's what I understand. I love reading Google reviews. I tried to find Carnival Cruise Line Google reviews, and they didn't have them. And I think they probably pay Google to not have the reviews up, but they can't pay them all. That's the thing. So I found this site, sitejabber.com reviews Carnival Cruise Lines. So let's look over some of these. These are always good. Stay away from them. Manny M. When was his review here? Doesn't say. Doesn't give it. Oh, January 13th, 2024. Brand spanking new. Less than 2 weeks. Same food every night, which tasted terrible. We had a storm and they never warned us. Also, here's the thing. These may not be fair. I have a feeling probably they're not fair. Manny could be an idiot. I think it's a fair assumption that our friend Manny, who has one review here, and he wasn't happy, I think that he could be the problem. And it's not Carnival Cruise Lines. Same food every night, which tasted terrible. Fair. I can confirm that I was not bananas about it. And yeah, it's the same stuff. It is the same stuff. What do you want? Like, what do you want, Manny? You get in the morning, you get eggs, you get, the fruits, you get the breakfast buffet. For lunch, you have a Guy Fieri burger and some pizza. And for dinner, you have 18 tiny little all you can eat, crawfish tails that they call lobster tail. What do you want? It's $79, Manny. They had a storm and they never warned us. Okay, you're mad at God, Manny. It's not necessarily the captain's fault. Does he got to let you know personally every time a rainstorm comes through? It's the Gulf of Mexico, Manny. There might be some storms out there. We're in El Nino, okay? Deck flooded, people were in pool, and ship tilted, and all the water came out. Okay, well that happens. Again, it's not even like a real pool. It's just they pull water up from the ocean, and I guess they filter it. I don't know. I don't get in that. What's wrong with you? They go out there and they dump poop in the water, and then they fill it back up, and you swim in it. You pig. What's wrong with you? My mother almost got hit by a rolling table, and they didn't care. Well, it might have been busy, Manny. Did your mother get hit? Almost got hit. Sounds like she didn't get hit. Manny, you're the problem here. This is not Carnival Cruise Lines. Water park was slippery. Kids slipping all over. Huh. Gee, well, I don't know, Manny. Do you think water parks might be a little slippery? No? They are. Just heads up, Manny. Water parks are very slippery. Very slippery. I mean, that's kind of the point. Is for them to be slippery. Then you slip down the slide all the way down to the poo water, and then you dive in there, and then you slop around in it like pigs because you paid $79 for this. My daughter fell. Okay, hold on. Water park was slippery, comma, there, Manny. Kids sliding all over the place. My daughter fell and hurt herself. They had the guts to charge her for medical for $325. Yeah, this isn't Obamacare on the high seas, buddy. Yeah, I mean, like, again, what do you expect? Incidents happen. There's fees involved in treating the scrape on your daughter. Well, you're trying to sue. She needs medical attention. She had a little scrape on her leg. You're trying to sue or trying to get a free cruise. Do you want them to reimburse you your $79, Manny? Do you? I think Carnival, just pay this man. Pay him his $80 and ban him from the cruise lines. Kill his mom. Take her out, invite her on a cruise, make her walk the deck. Walk the plank. I mean, the deck. My advice, there you go. There it is. Low IQ. My advice, go somewhere else. This is not fair to Carnival Cruise Lines, and I won't stand for slander against them by stupid Manny M. from God knows where. How dare you, Manny? Should we do one more? Okay, let's find a good one here. Okay. All right, November 14, 2023. Here we go. This is from, doesn't give a name. We do have some photos. Maybe we can pull those up first. That's them on their cruise there. Good looking bunch. Good looking bunch there. Looks like Carnival goers. Yeah. I would say that's about your average heavy. I mean, look, I'm a fatty too. Okay. Look, I'm just saying, tend to be a little on the heavy side. They're all wearing the same thing. They're having a good time. My group and I had a very nice time on the Carnival Vista. Okay, so it sounds good. What's with the 1 star? But Carnival needs to step it up with better food at dinner, and breakfast food needs a better taste and better entertainment. This entertainment. Listen, you don't go to shows. You get blacked out drunk and you fall asleep on the pool deck. And you hit Manny's mom with a table. What are you talking about? That's entertainment. Again, lack of commas, which is disturbing. This cruise line need have better food, sodas should be included. Hire real singers and comedians, like well-known people. Like, okay, this is I hate when people just criticize and they don't give like suggestions to make it better. But this person here has a few ideas of maybe some folks who are a little under the radar that could be performing on a cruise line. Like Diana Ross. Who is that? maybe Lionel Richie. Okay, never heard of him. Gladys Knight. Isn't she dead? I'm not even gonna act like I don't know who that is. Isn't Gladys Knight dead? Brian Culbertson. Okay, that one I don't know. So that one might be a maybe. Kenny G. What? What? And better comedians. Okay, here's where it gets tough because I'm a very critical judge of comedians. George Wallace. Okay, legendary George Wallace. I think he might be dead too. Let's look. If George Wallace is not dead, maybe I'll change my mind here. He's very old. If he is still around. George Wallace, the 45th governor of Alabama. That's not the one. I don't think she's talking about. See, this is the Brave browser. Sometimes it lets you down. It's a little racist. Let's be honest. No, not George Wallace, the racist Alabama governor. I'm talking about George Wallace. God damn it. Or Google did it too. Comedian. George Wallace, American comedian and actor. Okay, George Wallace, alive. 71, not as old as I thought. Okay, fair enough. Eddie Griffin. All right. Chris Tucker. And then every ship you got would sell out once you step your game. Oh, nice little jab. First of all, they always sell out. They're $79. Again, they're $79. So I think that, some of these comedians and entertainment might be out of their price range. I don't think you're going to get Lionel Richie for the price of a ship comedian, which I think they pay him like $1,500 and you get a cabin. I don't think Lionel's going to do that. Okay. So again, low IQ. You're the problem. I don't know what your name is, but you're the problem. It's not Carnival Cruise Line. And how dare you? All right, we'll do one more. I gotta find a good one here. I gotta find a good one. Maybe I should have stopped when I was ahead. Slipping backwards. COVID-19. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, you're going to get COVID. Okay. You have it now. All right. And you're not on a Carnival Cruise Line. You're infested with it. Your body's riddled with it. Even if you've had the many vaccines, you're the problem here. Don't cough on anybody. Share this podcast if you would. Tell your friends about it. And go on a Carnival cruise. That's what you should do in 2024 because there's a bunch of Spirit airline ass takers out there that are disparaging the good name of Carnival Cruise Line. And I won't stand for it. I know you won't stand for it. Okay. HMBradio.substack.com, 813-693-2124, HMBradio.com, home_made_man on Instagram and Twitter. If you're enjoying the program, you can Venmo and donate. It's down there. Venmo's down there. It's just my name, Will Koontz. So thank you for that. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. with Anna Hummel. What else? I think that's it, right? Okay. Mike Heaven Hill. Bottle and Bond. You can find it everywhere. Sam's Club, $36. I'll cheers to that. Talk tomorrow. I'm stalling a little bit to make sure that there's nothing else that I need to say to you. I'm sure I'm missing something, but I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. with Anna Hummel.